When I understand this decision was made, pardon me, let me make sure I have the right cover here. It might be
and he says he absolutely loves Trump because of the corruption of Hillary and Obama not delivering for folks. It's a big deal to have Mr. Obama, the brother of Obama, endorsing him.
And ironically, Alex, Bernie Sanders' brother, who lives in the UK, said that Bill Clinton was a rapist. Oh, my goodness, that's what you're not allowed to say, even though it's entirely true.
Even though you're banned on all networks because of it.
Well, what's ironic here, we went through this in our interview with Jonathan Alter. For some reason, the liberal media, the mainstream media, insists that because Hillary and Bill have denied his sex crimes, his assaults on multiple credible women, that means they're not true. In other words, Broderick, Juanita Broderick, Kathleen Willey, Paula Jones, all these women, they should not be believed because she's Hillary. This is nonsense across the board, just total nonsense.
But Bill Clinton settled cases with women that claimed rape.
Yes, and I believe Juanita Broderick, and I can tell you this. There are going to be new women coming forward who have now surfaced, who have been emboldened by the very brave Juanita Broderick, who have read the stories about her detailing Bill's serial assaults on her, her stalking of her, and there are new credible women who will be coming forward shortly.
That's amazing. Now, obviously, we've talked privately. I don't know if we can talk about this, but what do we do if they try to steal the election? I mean, obviously, if there's a big enough landslide, they can't do it. Obviously, Trump's not going to back down. He exposed crooked Hillary earlier. He exposed the Republicans trying to steal the nomination from him. That's why they failed. So Trump obviously has the instincts to beat him. How do you see this playing out? Because, I mean, right now I see Trump winning.
I think it's crucial that you begin to prepare the argument before the election. As I started to say, I've read this terrific study of the Wisconsin elections and primaries by Richard Charnon, who is a Democratic liberal, retired mathematician, brilliant guy, who concludes indisputably that elections in that state have been stolen through the system. We're going to see this again, these machines that have no paper trail, these computerized machines. This is truly, truly problematic.
How do we counter it? I mean, I don't put the cart before the horse, but if they steal it for Hillary, we know there's fraud. What do we do?
Precisely why I have to leave this broadcast and go to a meeting. I mean, there will be a game plan. The good news is that I think we know this is going to happen. It's not like in 1960 when if you'll read my book on LBJ, the man who killed Kennedy, the case against LBJ, I have a detailed analysis of both Chicago and Texas. I go through precinct by precinct where, for example, in one precinct, there are 385 people registered, and the vote was 695 for Kennedy and 13 for Nixon.
Sure. I mean, it's all famously documented. It's all admitted.
But Nixon was caught totally by surprise. He didn't see it coming. We know what they're up to. There are lawyers and computer experts beginning to develop a strategy. Donald Trump is not going to take this sitting down.
Oh, absolutely. I know he's not.
Countenance voter fraud.
No, he's front and center on the radar. We know that. Very exciting that Trump is conscious and so smart. So in closing here, I mean, we already defeated the Republican establishment trying to spin it that, oh, your votes don't count. We're the imperial sovereigns, to quote George Will. That blew up in their face. Trump fought back, unlike Sanders. The popular vote counted. This is a referendum against tyranny in the establishment. Everybody for Sanders should vote for Trump. And it's very, very exciting to know that Trump's not going to put up with this. I think we're on the edge of the biggest event in American history since our founding.
That's probably correct. And I also want to point out that Time Magazine has a terrific piece about the Clinton rape shirt. Of course, they're poo-pooing it, not realizing that they're helping Infowars.com and the Stone Zone sell, hopefully, millions of shirts. So if you have the Hillary for Prison t-shirt, you now must get the companion Bill Clinton rape shirt.
We're showing, the Time Magazine showing you in the rape shirt, now available. That was just a demo at InfoWarsStore.com where the folks are printing it, putting it out. And then notice the New York Times, though, did a whole spread on the T-shirts of the RNC, but didn't show any of the real shirts, my friend. I mean, this is why they're going bankrupt.
They did show the shirt that has the cover of the Clintons' war on women. So it's the first time the New York Times has acknowledged my book, other than one article that said Donald Trump seems to be using it as a playbook. Thank you very much.
Well, obviously, we normally have you on once a week, but as the quickening happens, we got to have you on more and more, Roger. Last question. What do you think, your gut? Will the Bernie people, because Dude was telling me, he's there on the ground, he says like there'll be 80 people for Sanders, 1 person for Hillary. He thinks there's going to be a rebellion or something. That's why they got rid of Schultz as a sacrificial lamb.
Well, I thought about going out there. I had my Che Guevara t-shirt, my beret, my dark glasses. I figured I would stop bathing a couple days before the convention so it would fit in. But I have decided not to go because the mainstream media will make something out of it. The Bernie people are angry, and they should be. And I hope that their protests are adequate, because this is thievery. This is wholesale theft of democracy. Let's leave it there.
All right, sir. Get to your meeting, and we'll talk to you in the next few days. StoneZone.com, InfoWarsStore.com for the new Clinton rape shirt. God bless you.
Thank you, Alex.
Folks, they can censor us. They can try to ignore us in mainstream media. But when you send a video link or an article, when we get more traffic than the New York Times many days, when Drudge gets more traffic than the New York Times, Facebook combined every day, when you go out, a third of the people, no exaggeration, on the street are wearing Hillary for Prison shirts. When that's going on, it shakes the system to its core. And they can try to censor Bill Clinton's sexual abuse and all the things he did. He makes Bill Cosby look like a choir boy. He makes Roger Ailes look like an angel. He makes, Jeffrey Dahmer look like a cupcake. This is how you fight him, is you personally wearing T-shirts, you personally setting up YouTube sites or calling into talk radio or running for office or not complying with all this tyranny or all the leftist threats, don't show up or we'll kill you. I mean, believe me, it went on. No, we showed up. And the left didn't even really show up because they're not the left. They're a bunch of criminals run by the Democratic Party that's run by Saudi Arabia and the Communist Chinese. Are the Republicans perfect? Absolutely not. They're the horrible establishment that works for the Democrats. We've just run them over too. But I can tell you, folks, Donald Trump is the real deal. Is he perfect? Absolutely not. Am I perfect? Are you perfect? No. He's the real deal. So to everybody that early on has been backing Trump, your instincts were right. Your discernment was right. There's still a lot of cult-like evangelicals and people, and I'm a Christian. I love evangelicals. I went to evangelical churches growing up as a kid, that and Baptist. But, man, he's not the Messiah. I know they got you to invoke that, admit you followed false prophets, of Glenn Beck and Ted Cruz. I mean, it's cult-like. They're telling you vote for Hillary. It's evil. It's evil. And a so-called deal's been made if they sabotage Trump that these two, he could even be, the plan is, I was told, is Beck's going to be his vice president. You'll never get that from the globalists, you idiot. You've been absolutely scammed. By the way, I hear in Philadelphia, this show's being broadcast on a pirate station since Hillary tried to censor our airplanes and billboards, 92.9 in Philly. I just hope folks don't spread the word about that. It's only on for the duration of that. We're going to have a crew on covering it all. 28-hour broadcast kicks off this Wednesday, 11 a.m. to the next day when the show ends at 3 p.m., so 28 hours long. But I'll be back tomorrow at 11 a.m. Central for the 4-hour broadcast. Infowars.com/show or affiliates and TV stations across the nation. I keep forgetting we're on TV. We're on a bunch of stations, and a bunch of radio stations pick up the nightly news as well. Never saw that coming. Great job with the crew. We'll be back tomorrow. Lord willing, pray for us and support us.